As the General Convention of ruling Nepali Congress is to kick off from tomorrow, leaders from both the factions of the party have yet to make a way for a common candidates for the party presidency. Incumbent party chief Sherbadu Dewa, who is almost confirmed to be the party president candidate from the leadership faction, has been going through a tough time in managing leaders for office bearers. On the other hand, the disgruntled faction has not reached a consensus on the candidate, as most of the leaders have refused to budge from their stance. Good morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanama and these are the headlines of the hour. Intra-party factions of Nepali Congress expedite discussions to finalize their candidates ahead of the General Convention that is to kick off from tomorrow. Cases of violence against women rises, women commissions ineffective in executing their duties. BioNTech and Pfizer say a 3-shot course of the COVID-19 vaccine is able to neutralize the new Omicron variant. WHO says the variant has spread to 57 countries. And Barcelona failed to reach the knockout stage of Champions League for the first time in 17 years after suffering a 3-0 defeat to Bayern Munich. With the 14th General Convention of Nepali Congress kicking off tomorrow, leaders from intra-party factions have geared up to settle the candidate issue. Prime Minister and incumbent party President Sherbadu Dewa and the senior leader Ramchandra Paudel factions, however, are still having a hard time to pick a consensus candidate for the party chief. The meetings of both the factions, which were held till last night, is to continue this morning as well. The leadership faction has almost finalized the name of incumbent party president Dewa for the next tenure, however, has been struggling to make consensus for office bearers. Prime Minister Dewa has assigned leaders Purna Bahadur Khadka and Ramesh Lekhak to settle the dispute. Meanwhile, the Paudel faction has yet to decide on its candidacy for party president, as leaders who have been claiming for the top post have not budged from their stance. Nevertheless, senior leader Paudel has already announced to step down if the faction agrees on a common candidate. However, during the meeting yesterday evening, senior leader Paudel was reported to be furious after leaders Prakash Man Singh and Shekhar Koirala refused to withdraw their claim for the candidacy. The faction, meanwhile, has informed to list the names of the Central Committee members today. Both the factions have reiterated to finalize the name of possible office bearers, including the presidency, by today. Meanwhile, the Central Working Committee meeting of Nepali Congress has been called for 11:30 this morning at the party's office in Sanipa. Now, the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence is observed every year between 25th of November to 10th of December. This year's slogan for the campaign is "Violence against women ends from home." However, government data shows most women have been victims of domestic violence, especially in urban areas. The police have received more complaints of domestic violence in recent time and of different nature.
The Women's Cell in Metropolitan Police Kathmandu receives over a dozen complaints of gender-based violence each day that range from human trafficking, polygamy, sexual violence and witch accusations. Most of the cases, however, are of domestic violence. Every day, women report of physical and mental tortures from spouses and harassment. The Metropolitan Police Kathmandu received 2,451 complaints last year, which included 2,246 cases of domestic violence. 1,366 of the cases were reported by women and 787 by men. The police have also identified changing nature of violence in recent time. There is a rise in number of complaints by husband and wives reporting of their spouses' extramarital affairs. 60% of the victims are women. Likewise, the District Court Kathmandu witnesses around 15 divorces each day. In the fiscal year 2077-78, 2,492 applications for divorce were filed at the court. The number is over 1,500 for the first quarter of the ongoing fiscal year alone. Based on the District Court's record, so far verdicts on around 6,975 divorce cases have been handed out. Experts opine the new provision that allows men to file for separation has resulted in an increase in the number of applications. Likewise, foreign employment, increasing use of social media have also been attributed in the rise in cases of violence and, as a result, in divorces. Furthermore, studies have suggested improving status of literacy and awareness among women have been credited to raising women's confidence in protesting against violent behavior inflicted on them.
The National Women Commission was established to ensure gender justice as mentioned in the Constitution by eradicating any form of gender-based discrimination against women. However, the Commission has largely remained ineffective other than registering cases against domestic violence. Even as the Constitution has envisaged a mechanism across the country, the Commission has been reeling under shortfall of resources. In the last fiscal year alone, a total of 1,577 cases of domestic violence and violence against women were filed at the Commission. Of the 1,577 cases, the Commission closed files of around 1,000 cases without making detailed studies, citing lack of officials, while around 500 cases are under investigation. Most of the filed cases are yet to proceed for the judicial process. Officials at the National Women Commission were appointed without parliamentary hearing on February earlier this year. It may be recalled that the Commission was without officials for 2 years. The Commission thus has failed to address the cases filed against gender violence, citing lack of officials and other resources, while the transfer of the Secretary has become normal for the Commission. The Commission has not even been able to implement the 5-year plan to address the legal problems of women. Meanwhile, the Commission has been limited at the centre due to government's apathy, even as the Constitution has envisioned mechanism across the country to function effectively. Experts find that the Commission, despite having the capacity of the constitutional body, has failed to perform effectively due to political influence. Now, in our Public Voice segment, we've asked in all 7 provinces what their take is on the obligation to go to the Centre for Development Works of local levels. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
करको सदुपयोग गर्न नसक्नाले चाहिँ राज्यको मुख ताक्न परेको हो।
कानुनले दिएको अधिकारहरू स्थानीय सरकारले नै चाहिँ कार्यान्वयनमा ल्याउन सक्ने हैसियत बनाउनु पर्छ।
केन्द्रै ताक्नु पर्ने भनेको हाम्रो परम्परागत सोच हो।
स्थानीय राजनीतिक दल गुटको कारण
सिंहदरबारको सम्पूर्ण प्रणाली चाहिँ गाउँ स्थानीय निकायमा लागू नभएर
स्थानीय निकाय भन्ने केन्द्रीय स्तरमा सबै वो अधिकारभरि उतै राख्ने।
It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. The question is, what should be done to make COVID-19 vaccines accessible for all? Your options are A, effective distribution, B, raise awareness, and C, add more vaccine centers. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time now for the sports update. Defending champions Machindra Club have climbed to the 2nd spot of the ongoing Martyrs Memorial A Division League after defeating Jalakhel Youth Club 2-0 yesterday. Machindra were given a lead after Simant Thapa of Jalakhel scored an own goal in the 14th minute. Ranjit Dhimal doubled Machindra's lead 7 minutes later. Jalakhel staged an improved performance in the second half, however could not make a comeback. Machindra have remained undefeated in the ongoing season and have 7 points from 3 matches. Sadobato too have 7 points but are atop the league table based on goal difference. Manang Marshangli that also have 7 points are in the 3rd place. Jalakhel Youth Club have yet to register a win this season and are at the 13th position. Meanwhile, early in yesterday's first match, Nepal Police Club played a 1-1 draw with Himalayan Sherpa Club at the Martyrs Memorial A Division League. That's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.